The man's wife fainted in the street. His first choice was not to call an ambulance. Instead, he called the firefighters. When the fire truck roared closer, everyone blamed him for the abuse of public power. But he said that doctors are unscrupulous devils. It turns out that just now, a man brought his wife to the hospital to see a doctor. But the female doctor in charge just took one look at him. The tattoo on the man's body concluded that he was a domestic violence man. She prescribed some medicine with a very bad attitude and tried to send them away. The man was angry and left with his wife. But before he got home, his wife lost consciousness. When the firefighters took her to the hospital, the doctor said it was a ruptured cerebral blood vessel flow. He also accused the man why he did not send her to the hospital in time. When the man heard this, he was directly angry at the spot. He immediately found the unscrupulous doctor who had just treated his wife, Jenny. He said he was about to hit her. At that moment, Kate, who was in charge of the firefighting mission, saved the day, took the beating for Jenny, hit his head directly on the toolbox, but he didn't have time to worry about the pain. He saw the man pick up the scalpel again.
빨리 좀 하란 말이야, 이 개자식아!
Kate knew the man didn't mean to hurt anyone. He was just angry and out of control, so he grabbed the scalpel. Kate reassured the man. The doctors would do everything they could to save his wife, but the irony is, Jenny, who was primarily responsible, but after receiving her suspension notice, with an innocent face, she kept on arguing. Soon she received a complaint from the patient's family. The lawyer told her that if the patient wasn't saved, her career would be over. There was only one way out, and that was to get firefighter Kate to file a complaint against the patient's family for assault. That way, she could smear the man that he's a domestic abuser. It would be a way to shift the blame. Jenny had a good plan, but when she arrived, she realized that Kate was a very decent person. There was no way she could have been in cahoots with her, but Jenny wouldn't give up easily. After he falls in love with her, he will definitely listen to her. Jenny is very confident in her own beauty. The next day, she went to his mission site to flirt with him.
나랑 연애 안 해.
I thought Kate was getting a great deal and would love to have it, but then, instead, Kate slapped her in the head with a fury, and she was told to stop thinking about it. I didn't expect Kate to be a hard man to chase. Jenny was immediately excited. During the time of suspension, Jenny came up with another unkind trick. She stood on the Han River Bridge and pretended to jump into the river, forced Kate to come out. Jenny saw a slip of the foot, almost a tragedy. Luckily, Kate was quick to grab her leg. However, a gust of wind blew. Jenny's skirt was instantly lifted up. The bottom of her skirt was also visible to Kate. The woman pretended to commit suicide and jumped into the river in order to chase the man. Take advantage of the opportunity to leak the bottom of the skirt of the scenery. The woman is still trying to get away with it. This proved to be the most damaging trick ever. Not only did it not make Kate fall in love with him, instead, Jenny was fined a lot of money for obstruction. Kate was worried that Jenny will cause more trouble, but when she went there, she was already eating with the director and also discusses how to court him in a decent manner. Kate was shocked by this unashamed bitch 3 views, but he was even more shocked he was still behind. In order to get closer to him, Jenny joined the fire department as a teen doctor. Then Jenny dragged Kate out for a drink. Kate was accidentally drunk by the fierce Jenny. Jenny looked at the drunken Kate on the floor, playing with alcohol. She felt disgusted, but she still has a task to complete. She had to go to coax him, but before she could catch Kate, Kate went to the next table and had a confrontation. People at the table, they're going to beat each other to a pulp at the drop of a hat. Jenny, a weak woman, wanted to get back on her feet. She had to use her best shot, biting his ear. Jenny, a kangaroo jump, hanging on the body of the big man at the next table, desperately bite his ear and refused to let go. The man was screaming in pain. Finally, Jenny has bitten off the other guy's ear. The final victory. The next day at the police station again, after sobering up, Kate, when she found out what Jenny had done last night, immediately rushed to the police station. After arriving, she realized the police treat her like a regular customer. They didn't treat her badly. On the way back, Jenny wanted to find a conversation, so she opened Kate's pocket watch, asking him who the woman on it was. When Kate didn't say anything, Jenny suddenly thought of something and started questioning Kate.
마누라가 있으면 귀찮게 따라다니잖아. 나한테 진작에 이랬겠지.
So that I chased you for so long for nothing. Kate was Jenny's noise head is about to explode. Almost accidental car accident. So he pulled over to the side of the road. He told Jenny the truth about his marriage. He was married, but his wife was killed in an accident years ago. He's been in a state of confusion ever since. He still hasn't gotten over it. Jenny didn't make up the usual story. Instead, she gently reassured Kate. After the death of her own family, there was a time when she couldn't get over it. But time is the best medicine. No matter how big things are, as time goes by, will gradually fade away. It was the first time Kate felt that Jenny could be serious. Maybe she wasn't as serious as she seemed. Their relationship took a turn for the worse. It was on a joint mission soon after. After Jenny had finished treating the wounded man, she collapsed from exhaustion. Everyone had forgotten about Jenny's existence. Only Kate noticed that Jenny was missing. He rushed back to the ice house to find Jenny. As it turned out, Jenny fell to the ground and did not move. Kate quickly gave her first aid. Jenny finally woke up, but to their horror, they found the door to the freezer closed. Like all freezers, it was as cold as the ground and there was no cell phone reception, unless someone came looking for them. Otherwise, they can only be frozen to death. At first, Jenny resented Kate's negativity, but then she was frozen like a dog. Kate, to maintain Jenny's body temperature, made a bold decision. He slowly removed his clothes. Then he put his hands on Jenny's clothes again. This man, under the guise of rescue, plucked away the woman's clothes, with a naked woman body to body. Fortunately, the captain and his team noticed that something was wrong. They came back in time to save them both. Otherwise, they would really be buried here. That's all. The relationship took a turn for the worse. Maybe it was because Kate had touched Jenny's body. In a sense, he had taken Jenny as his own. They drink together again. Jenny confessed that the reason why she became a doctor, it was because her father died early. It made her want to help the dead and the wounded. Kate, on the other hand, was once again numbed by alcohol. She was in a trance. He thought Jenny was his dead wife.
언제 왔어?
장군.
Jenny's heart ached as she watched. She found, it seems that she no longer sees chasing Kate as a task, but she was really slowly. Like Kate, who was very affectionate and loyal. That night, she helped Kate to the hotel room, but did not take advantage of the situation. Instead, she watched over him until dawn. Although the sex is a bit opposite, but there is still a romance kind of feeling. The next morning, Jenny jokingly said to Kate, "Not even a kiss to get to leave." I thought Kate would take it as a joke, but the next moment, "Want a kiss?" In the early morning, the two confirmed their relationship, but before they could enjoy themselves, Jenny got the bad news. The condition of the previous female patient continued to deteriorate. She had to ask Kate to sue the patient's family, but Kate reprimanded Jenny severely. She had to go and apologize to the patient and the family. Jenny refused. The two of them had a falling out. Jenny comes to the patient's room to visit her. She accidentally came across the patient's family hanging themselves. This time she didn't behave badly like before. Instead, she did her best to treat the patient's family. All those complaints, she unknowingly left them all behind. Thus, with Jenny's help, the patient's family recovered a life. He also withdrew his complaint against Jenny. Jenny was finally relieved of a big problem, but then Kate turned around and gave her a hard time. They were on a rescue mission together. There was a car on the tracks that couldn't be swung. The wounded man inside is in serious condition. There's a train coming any minute. The captain ordered everyone off the tracks, but Kate was like a dumbass. He wouldn't leave the tracks for any reason. Only Jenny knew that he was thinking of his wife. Although Jenny understood, but could not forgive generously. She had told Kate countless times not to put his life at risk again because of the mission, but Kate obviously didn't take her words seriously. At that moment, a train was coming. The captain hurriedly told the shuttle to leave. Only Kate acted as if she didn't hear. In the nick of time, Jenny's heart was about to jump out of her throat. Fortunately, the train just grazed Kate's back to pass, except for taking away his helmet. It didn't put his life in danger. But after this incident, Jenny said she was really tired in this relationship. Kate thought for a long time, but still proposed to break up. After the breakup, both of them were in the same state. They were both in a daze, constantly thinking about each other. Sometimes even they themselves do not know why. They loved each other so much, but they wanted to end the relationship until the day Kate went on a mission. Once again, he put himself in danger because of recklessness. After surviving, Kate finally figured it out. He had already lost his wife. This time, he did not want to lose Jenny because of his own paranoia, so he went looking for Jenny like crazy. But he was told by the hospital that Jenny had resigned. Just as Kate was devastated, he thought they were going to miss each other. He saw Jenny running towards him in the crowd. It turns out that at the same time, Jenny was also trying her best to win the relationship. Two people in love kissed in the street. They will never be easily separated again. People who lose their loved ones too early always have a more serious and profound fear of life. Just like the hero and heroine in the film. One of them is a firefighter and the other is a doctor. They deal with death every day, but they also witness the power of life and the birth of miracles. This also makes them appreciate more the meaning of survival. The meaning of survival and the preciousness of the people in front of them. They soothe each other's wounds in the exchange. They become band-aids for each other's wounds. People need band-aids because of pain. They need to cover their wounds because they are injured. They also need to heal slowly under the band-aids. Band-aids are small but have great healing power.